We're gonna play with these things tonight. Make sure maybe change the channel or something. This is a new monument. It was built here a year ago. These rocks are a new monument that was built here a year ago. In the old days, going back 2 years, there was an empty field over here. Now, this is a pretty crowded cemetery, as you see. So how was there an empty, big, huge plot in the middle of the cemetery? And the answer is because it wasn't empty until the Germans dug up this spot to bury the victims of starvation and disease of the Warsaw Ghetto. And this is just one of 3 pits. In this area over here is a mass grave of over 10,000, approximately 8 to 10,000 Jews just where we're standing. They developed a special method how to pile the Jews in the most efficient way possible to get as many in. I want you to close your eyes for a minute. I'll tell you a little story. There was a girl, her name was Chava. Chava, she loved her mother and father, but she really, really loved her Bubby. Bubby lived close by to Warsaw. She lived in Otwock. It's a city not too far away. Bubby would come always on Yom Tov, but Pesach, no. Pesach we had to go to Bubby's. She grew up. Every time Bubby came, they made cookies together. She felt so close. One day, Zayda passed away, and Bubby came to live at Chava's house. Chava was overjoyed. Now she could see Bubby every day. She could be with her. Bubby would say, "How was school?" And give her a little pinch and take out a candy from her pocket. She would sit with her and she would sing with her all these old songs, these funny songs. She loved having Bubby around. And then the war started. She didn't really know what the war was, but after a few weeks, all of a sudden in her house she had a lot of friends. That's what her tati called them, friends. There were so many friends in the house she didn't even find place to sleep. She would just lie on the floor near her Bubby. And this way she was able to sleep. But something else happened when the war started. And that was, her tati couldn't get food. It was very hard. He would say, "I'm going to bring you home something special." And in the beginning, he would bring her home. And even though it was just a potato or a little piece of bread, it was so special. It tasted so good. Because she really was hungry. But as time went on, it was less and less. Sometimes there was no supper. Bubby would sing to her, make her forget all about eating. Her stomach didn't let her. In the middle of the night, she'd wake up. She'd feel pain. She'd try to fall back asleep, but sometimes it didn't help. There was no more school. She was in the apartment all day. Bubby said, "You have to get fresh air. Go outside." But she would go outside and she didn't know where to go. She had no one to go with. Her parents were busy looking for food. Whenever they would find something, buy something, they gave away everything they had. They would give some to Bubby. And Bubby would save part of it and give it to her. She said, "You're young, you need this." Chava didn't complain because she was so hungry. She noticed that Bubby didn't sing as loud anymore. She didn't smile as wide anymore. She didn't care because she had her Bubby. And then one night, in the middle of the night, when her stomach woke her up, she's looking around. She sees her tati and mommy, and they're carrying Bubby. And they wake up. She wakes up. She goes running. "Mommy, tati, what's happening with Bubby?" "Shh, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep." She was a good girl. She tried to listen, but she couldn't. It was too hard. And she saw that they took Bubby out of the house. Maybe she's going to the doctor. Maybe she's, I don't know. She couldn't sleep. Finally, it was daybreak. She had to get out. She had to get some air. And she went outside. And there on the sidewalk, lying like a bag of garbage, was her Bubby. She started to cry, and she's holding her Bubby, and she's shaking her Bubby. Bubby's not moving. She runs inside, and she runs up to her mother, and she wakes her up. She's like, Bubby's not moving. I said, sweetie, Bubby was niftar. She passed away. She passed away. She said, yeah, but why is she outside? Her mother, she paled. She couldn't say anything. She said, your tati will tell you. Tati said, you love Bubby so much. Respected her so much. She was everything to us. And I wanted to be buried with the other Yidden. With the Chaver Kadisha, unless you have money, they can't give her a kfura. They can't bury her. But if she's outside, the Germans make them pick up all the bodies that are outside and bring them to the cemetery. And at least over there, she'll be buried with the other Yidden. This is the story of Bubby. How Bubby is buried.